directed with the congregation. We had one Friday night where Huntsville is a military community. And I was there rabbinically, but we had a new military family. They didn't know us. And they brought a little guy with them. And Mom, in order to keep him occupied, had his cars in the plural with him. And at one point, he looked up at me, and he got out of his chair, came up and gave me a car. So I put it here. He went back and sat down, played with it, looked up again, took a car. He came back, and I put it. Within 10 minutes, I must have had 5 or 6 of them. Then he decided he wanted them back. And he came back up, and we just did a reverse. The congregation loved it. His mother was in absolute shock. She was so embarrassed. And it was funny because that's who we are. We were very comfortable with young people at our worship experience. But she didn't know us, and she was so terrified that she had somehow violated. I always remember that whole list of cards on the lectern. All right, who's going first?
Excuse me.
Don't fight. It's Shabbat. It's Sabbath. You going first? All right. You can come over and keep me company. Question. Do you know your Hebrew name? Did Mom and Dad tell you? Moshe. You know who Moshe was in the Bible?
Moses.
What?
Moses.
The dude. Yes, he definitely was the dude. No argument. I can't argue that with you. Moshe is the Hebrew name for Moses. And you know your other part of Hebrew name?
No.
Okay. Yaakov. Now, Yaakov is the Hebrew of Jacob. So your name in English technically would be Moses Jacob. That would be the Hebrew part, even though it's Hugo. Great. You understand the difference? So this is the public announcement of your name. Okay? Is that okay with you? I mean, it's all right.
Like a religious gender reveal party.
Pardon me? Okay. You ready, Mom and Dad? Oh, the other thing to let you know, because Mom was very specific. She told me it's something that we know, that Dad is not Jewish. You remember what I told you about Matt?
His Hebrew name?
He has a Hebrew name. Matthew is Greek, but the Hebrew from which it is derived is Matityahu. So it actually historically, pre-Greek, was a Hebrew name. So Matt, you're okay. I'm not going to throw you out. So it's interesting, because I had a great uncle who was Uncle Matt, but we knew him as Uncle, Matityahu. Okay? All right, we're going to do 2 prayers. Is that cool? You can handle it? I'm going to do them, but you can handle it? Okay. O God, source of all life, we thank thee for all the blessings which thou dost grant us. We thank thee especially for the sacred joy and privilege of parenthood, which gives supreme meaning and purpose to our existence. Grateful for thy gift of a new life. Happy parents have come before thee to render homage unto thee, to invoke thy blessing, and to seek thy guidance in the upbringing of their children. Grant unto them wisdom, patience, and devotion, that they may rear their children to live in accordance with thy law. Our God and God of our ancestors, sustain this child in life and health, and let him be known in the household of Israel by the name Moshe Yaakov ben Malka Shendel ben Matityahu. In English, Hugo Craig, the son of Molly and Matt. May this name be honored and respected. Extend thy sheltering arm over him and give him health and understanding. May he so live as to bring blessing to his parents, to this congregation, and to all humankind. And all of us say, Amen.
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 Now, in order to make things official, you get documents. Okay? Dad's going through a nightmare document process right now, but that's reality. So this is your document, all right? It's kind of cool,
Document.
all right? This makes it official because I signed it. If I didn't sign it, it wouldn't be official, okay? Keep those things in mind. Now, the other thing, because it's the same certificate for both. When I was first ordained, our certificates were terrible. They were black and white and ordinary. And then somebody stepped up and said, no, we got to really create some nice things. So we now have a whole collection of nice certificates for all special occasions, and I am at least pleased. Okay, so you did well. Now, what's your Hebrew name again? Moshe Yaakov. Now remember, if I ask you that next time you're going to search, I expect you to remember. You got it? Moshe Yaakov. Got it? Okay. You're official. Okay. Hogo.
Okay.
Next.
Good evening, Rabbi.
Good evening. I think I've done more than two at a case. We also have in our liberal community a consecration class event. And one of the things that we would do, or I have done over the years, we'll have some of the little people who never got Hebrew names. So we'll use our class consecration occasion to give them names as well. Okay, are you ready? Why not? Why not? Gracious God and source of all life, in thine abundant goodness, thou hast blessed Molly and Matt with a daughter, and in thy loving kindness has brought supreme happiness to them. We thank thee, O God, for this life, which thou hast brought into our midst. Grateful parents now seek thy help and counsel as they undertake the sacred task of raising their children, in accordance with thy law. Help them to give her the knowledge of truth and righteousness, to guide her with wisdom and understanding. Humbly grateful for the life thou hast bestowed, we give unto her the name Lucy Rose, to be known in Hebrew as
Miriam, Rivkah.
Miriam Rivkah Bat Malka Shendel V'Matityahu. May she under thy care bear this name with dignity and honor through a long and useful life. May she so live as to find favor in thy sight and in the sight of Israel and all humankind, as we say. Amen. Amen. So same certificate, because this is the only one we've got, but it's got, the Hebrew's different. Only her name, I mean, all the other stuff is the same. But it is, and again, historically, you're official too. Children are named in honor of their parents. So that's how you do it in Hebrew. It's not Lucy Rose Reynolds. In Hebrew, it would be Miriam Rivkah, the daughter of. Okay, last names did not exist historically among our people. So you were always known by your parents, which is kind of an interesting Middle Eastern tradition. So there's yours. Now we have two new official people. Okay, you guys can go back and sit down.